You knew the idea in your head, but your mouth stayed silent. That moment feels painful, doesn't it? In this video, I will show you how to grow your vocabulary fast, so you can speak with power and confidence. Comment if this has ever happened to you, because you're not alone. Stay with me till the end, and I promise you will never look at English words the same way again. Chapter 1. The day I realized I needed more words. I still remember the day when I first felt the pain of not having enough English words. I was in a small conversation, and everything was fine until I wanted to share my idea. The thought in my head was clear. I could see it, I could feel it, but when I opened my mouth, nothing came out. My mind was searching for the right word, but it was not there. In that moment, I felt small. I felt powerless. And I realized something very important. Without words, you cannot share your heart. Without words, you cannot show your mind. Without words, you cannot connect. That day changed me. I understood that learning grammar alone was not enough. I knew some rules, but rules did not help me speak. What I needed was simple. I needed vocabulary. I needed more words. Words are like keys. Each word opens a door, and when you do not have enough keys, so many doors remain closed. I wanted to open every door. I wanted to walk into every room. I wanted to speak freely without fear. And that dream started with one simple decision. I had to grow my vocabulary. I looked back at all the times I had been silent. In school, when my teacher asked me a question, I stayed quiet. Not because I was lazy, but because I had no words. In daily life, when someone tried to speak English with me, I gave short answers like yes or no, not because I was shy, but because I had no words. Even when I watched movies, I sometimes understood the story, but I could not repeat even one line. It was not because I was stupid. It was because I did not have the right words in my pocket. The truth hit me hard. Vocabulary is not just about knowing difficult or advanced words. It is about having the simple words ready when you need them. Think about it. How can you explain your day without words like wake, eat, go work, sleep? How can you share your feelings without words like happy, sad, tired, excited? These are not big, complicated words. They are small, everyday words. But they're the words that give you power. And I realized I needed to collect them like treasure. That day, I made myself a promise. I promised I would never run away from English again. I promised I would never stay silent because of missing words. I promised I would grow my vocabulary every single day. Even if I learn only one word, I would use it. I would repeat it. And I would make it mine. Because every word I owned was a new light in my life. Every word I learned made my English voice stronger. And I want to tell you this today. Maybe you are in the same place I was. Maybe you want to speak, but the words do not come. Maybe you feel stuck, slow, or empty. But did not give up. The day you realize you need more words is the day your English starts to change. That day is not failure. That day is a beginning. It is the first step to freedom. I believe in you. You can do it. If I can grow my vocabulary, so can you. Your English voice is waiting. Your words are waiting. And this is the moment to start. Chapter 2. Why memorizing word lists doesn't work. When I first decided to improve my English vocabulary, I thought the answer was simple. I bought a notebook and wrote down long lists of words. Every page was full. Every line had a new word. I believed that if I memorized them, my English would become strong. I sat for hours, repeating the lists again and again. At first, I felt proud. My notebook looked heavy with knowledge. But something strange happened. The next day, when I tried to speak, I forgot almost all the words. The notebook was full, but my mouth was empty. That moment broke my heart. I had worked so hard, but my memory did not keep the words. I realized something very important. Our brain is not like dead lists. Our brain likes life. A word on a list is not alive. It has no story, no sound, no feeling. It is like a seed that you throw on hard ground. Nothing grows. But when the same word comes in a sentence, in a story, in a real situation, it becomes alive. It grows roots. It grows leaves. And it stays inside you. I remember one word clearly. Umbrella. I wrote it on my list many times, but I always forgot it. But one day it rained, and I had no umbrella. My friend said, "Do you want my umbrella?" That moment was real. It was raining, I was wet, and the umbrella saved me. From that day, I never forgot the word. Why? Because it was not just on paper. It was in my life. That is the secret. Memorizing lists feels safe. You think you're learning because you see many words together. But the truth is, you are only collecting words like stones, not like diamonds. Stones are heavy, and you cannot carry them all. Diamonds are few, but they shine forever. Your job is not to collect thousands of stones. Your job is to collect useful diamonds. And those diamonds come from sentences, from daily life, from use. Think about a child. A child never sits with a notebook of words. A child hears, sees, feels, and uses words again and again. That is why the words stay. They become part of the child's world. You must do the same. If you only memorize lists, you will forget. But if you live with words, you will remember. I want you to ask yourself now, how many words have you written down but cannot use today? How many lists have you made but never spoke out loud? Do not feel sad about it. It is normal. It happened to me too. But from today, you can change. Stop wasting time on empty lists. Start building living sentences. Take one word and put it in 3 sentences. Speak it, write it, listen to it, feel it. Then that word will never leave you. This is the truth I discovered after many failures. Learning vocabulary is not about speed. It is about depth. One word used 100 times is better than 100 words you never use. Real progress comes not from memorizing, but from experiencing. When you experience a word, it becomes yours forever. So remember this. Words are not soldiers on paper. They are friends in your life. Do not treat them like numbers on a list. Treat them like gifts that help you speak, connect, and live in English. If you do this, you will grow faster than you ever imagined. Chapter 3. Learning words and sentences. Not alone. After I stopped wasting my time with word lists, I found a new secret. The secret was this. Words must live in sentences. A word alone is like a bird without wings. It cannot fly. It cannot move. It just sits there silent. But when you put that same word inside a sentence, it comes alive. It flies. It shows its true power. I remember when I learned the word water. On a list, it was just another word. But when I said, "I drink water," suddenly it had meaning. I could use it in my life. When I said, "The water is cold," I was talking about something real. The word was no longer just a picture in my notebook. It became part of my voice. It became part of my daily life. That is when I understood. Words alone are weak. Words and sentences are strong. Think about your own life. You do not walk around saying simple words like food, work, happy. You speak in sentences. You say, "I am happy today." You say, "I go to work." You say, "I eat food with my family." Real life is full of sentences, not single words. So if you want to grow your vocabulary fast, you must learn the way life teaches. You must learn words inside sentences. I made this my new rule. Every time I learn a new word, I made at least 3 sentences with it. If the word was book, I said, I read a book, this book is interesting, and I buy a new book. These sentences were simple, but they made the word alive. After a few days, I did not even need to remember it. It just came out naturally. This is the beauty of sentences. They give you memory. They give you practice. They give you confidence. A single word can slip away, but a sentence stays. It paints a picture in your mind. It connects with your real life. That is why you remember it. That is why you can use it again and again. I want to try this right now. Think of one new word. Maybe the word is coffee. Now, make a sentence. Say, I drink coffee every morning. Make another one. This coffee is hot. And one more. I like to drink coffee with my friend. Do you see how easy it becomes? Do you feel how natural it sounds? That is how learning should be. Simple, real, connected to your life. I want you to know this truth. You do not need to chase thousands of words. You only need to master a few at a time, but in sentences. If you do this, your vocabulary will not just grow, it will become strong. You will not only know the word, you will know how to use it. That is real power. That is fluency. So from today, stop collecting lonely words. Start building living sentences. Make them part of your daily speech. Talk to yourself. Write them down. Say them in front of the mirror. Use them with your friends. Every sentence is like a small brick. And day by day, those bricks will build your English house. A house strong enough to hold all your dreams. Chapter 4. The Power of Daily Use. There is one rule that changed my vocabulary forever. The rule is simple. Use the word every day. Use it again and again until it becomes a part of you. A word you never use is a word you will soon forget. But a word you use daily is a word that stays with you for life. I learned this truth the hard way. Many times I wrote new words in my notebook. I repeated them a few times, felt good, and then closed the book. After 1 week, the words were gone from my mind. They were strangers again. But when I started using new words in my daily life, everything changed. The words stayed. They became my friends. I remember the first time I tried this. The new word was smile. I told myself, I will use this word today. So in the morning, I looked in the mirror and said, I smile at myself. Later, when I met a friend, I said, your smile is beautiful. In the evening, I wrote in my diary, I want to smile more. That one word appeared 3 times in my day. And guess what? I never forgot it again. That is the power of daily use. Your brain loves repetition. Your brain loves to see the same word in different places. Every time you use it, the memory grows stronger. And soon the word becomes automatic. You do not think about it. It just comes. This is how fluency is built. Not in one big jump, but in small daily steps. Think about exercise. If you go to the gym one day for 5 hours, you feel tired, but you do not get strong. If you go every day for 20 minutes, you become strong slowly, but surely. Vocabulary is the same. Do not try to push hundreds of words in one day. Instead, take a few words and use them daily. Over time, your vocabulary will grow big and powerful. I want you to imagine this. If you learn and use just 5 new words every day, in 1 year you will have more than 1,000 new words. And not just words you wrote once, but words you can actually use. Words that live in your mouth. Words that give you confidence. This is how daily use turns small steps into big success. So how can you do it? Very simple. Pick 1 or 2 new words in the morning. Use them when you speak to yourself. Use them when you write a message. Use them when you talk to a friend. At night, write them in your diary in a sentence. Repeat. The next day, add a new word and do the same. Day by day, your vocabulary will grow. Do not wait for the perfect time. Start today. Pick 1 word from this video and use it 3 times. You will see the magic yourself. The more you use it, the more it becomes yours. Vocabulary is not about memory. It is about daily life. Remember this truth. Words are not learned in silence. Words are learned in use. Use them daily, and they will never leave you. This is the power that will make your English stronger every single day. Chapter 5. Listen first, then speak. When I first tried to speak English, I thought the fastest way was to just push myself to talk. I wanted to speak quickly, but I often froze. I opened my mouth, and nothing came out. Do you know why? Because my ears were empty. I had not listened enough. I did not have the music of English inside me. That day, I learned an important lesson. Before you speak, you must listen. Listening is the foundation. Think of a baby. A baby listens for months before saying the first word. The baby hears the sound again and again. Slowly, the baby's brain builds patterns. Then, when the time is right, the words come out naturally. We are not babies anymore, but the rule is still the same. If you want to speak fast, you must listen first. I remember one simple word. Coffee. I saw it in books, but I never used it. Then one day, I started listening to short podcasts. I heard people say, I drink coffee. Let's have coffee. Do you like coffee? The word was everywhere. After hearing it 10, 20, 30 times, it became easy. The next time someone asked me what I drink in the morning, I answer without thinking, I drink coffee. It felt natural. That power came from listening. Listening gives you 2 gifts. The first gift is vocabulary. You hear new words, and they enter your mind. The second gift is structure. You hear how words connect inside sentences. You hear the rhythm, the tone, the pauses. And slowly, your brain copies them. You begin to feel English, not just study it. But here is the secret. You cannot listen 1 time and expect magic. You must listen again and again. Repetition is the key. When you hear the same words in many places, they become part of your memory. They become your tools. They wait for the moment you need them. Then, when you speak, they come out like old friends. I want you to imagine this. You listen to 5 minutes of English every morning. At first, it feels strange. After a week, you start hearing the same words again. After a month, those words are yours. They live inside you. And when someone speaks to you, you understand more. When you try to answer, you do not feel empty. You have words ready. This is the power of listening. It prepares you for speaking. It builds your vocabulary in a natural way. It gives you confidence. And it makes your English grow faster than any notebook ever could. So how can you practice? Start simple. Listen to short English videos. Listen to songs. Listen to stories. Do not worry if you do not understand every word. Just focus on the sound. Focus on the feeling. Your brain is smarter than you think. It will catch the words again and again until they become yours. Remember this truth. Listening is not passive. Listening is learning. Listening is training. Every minute you listen is 1 step closer to fluency. So fill your ears with English. Make it part of your day. And soon, when you open your mouth, the words will flow like water. Chapter 6. Repeat until it feels natural. One of the biggest secrets I discovered in my journey was this. Repetition is power. Repetition is the bridge between learning and living. A word you say once will disappear. A word you repeat many times will stay with you forever. Repetition turns strange words into familiar friends. Repetition makes English feel natural. I remember when I first learned the word beautiful. It sounded nice, but it was hard to say. I used it once, and I forgot it. Weeks passed, and I could not remember it when I needed it. One day, I decided to repeat it many times. I said, "This flower is beautiful." I said, "The sky is beautiful." I said, "My family is beautiful." Again and again. After some days, the word became mine. It was no longer a stranger. It was part of my daily life. That is the magic of repetition. Think about music. When you hear a song once, you forget it. But when you hear it again and again, the lyrics stay in your head. You do not even try to memorize them. They just stay. Vocabulary works the same way. If you repeat words and sentences, they stick. They become automatic. And soon, you do not have to search for them. They come to you naturally. Many learners feel shy to repeat. They think, "I will look silly if I say the same thing many times." But repetition is not silly. Repetition is smart. A child repeats the same word hundreds of times before it becomes easy. We must do the same. That is how the brain learns. That is how confidence grows. I want to try something now. Take a simple sentence. For example, "I am learning English." Say it out loud 10 times. Do not rush. Feel the words. Taste the sound. Each time you say it, it becomes smoother. Each time you repeat it, your brain becomes stronger. After 10 times, you feel more natural. After 20 times, it feels like your own voice. After 50 times, it is part of you. This is how repetition works. It removes fear. It removes hesitation. It builds fluency brick by brick. Do not be afraid of repeating too much. Be afraid of repeating too little. Because without repetition, words will escape. With repetition, words will stay. I want you to imagine yourself 6 months from now. Every day, you repeat 10 sentences. That is 300 days of practice. That is thousands of sentences in your mouth. How powerful will your English be? How confident will your voice sound? That is the future repetition can give you. So do not stop at knowing a word. Repeat it. Do not stop at writing a sentence. Repeat it. Do not stop at listening once. Repeat it. Each repetition is like a hammer building your English house. And the more you build, the stronger it becomes. Remember this truth. Fluency is not built in one day. Fluency is built in many repetitions. Repeat until it feels natural. Repeat until it becomes you. And one day, you will speak English with ease, and people will not believe that you once struggled. Chapter 7. Use your phone as a teacher. For many years, I thought my phone was only for fun. I use it to scroll, to watch, to waste time. But one day, I realized something powerful. My phone could become my teacher. It was in my pocket all the time. It was always near me. And if I used it in the right way, it could give me hundreds of new English words every single week. Think about this. You check your phone many times a day. You read messages. You look at apps. You open settings. Now, imagine if every time you looked at your phone, you saw English words instead of your own language. That would mean dozens of chances to practice every single day without even opening a book. That is how your phone can become your classroom. I still remember the day I changed the language of my phone to English. At first, it was hard. I opened my settings, and I did not understand every word. I felt lost. But slowly, I began to notice something. Words started to repeat. I saw open, close, delete, save, again and again. And because I was using them daily, I never forgot them. My phone became a constant teacher. Every touch, every click, every swipe gave me a new lesson. I started to write my notes in English. Simple sentences like buy milk or call mom. At first, they were small, but soon I wrote full thoughts. My phone was no longer just a device. It was my practice partner. It corrected me, it suggested words, and it kept me learning every single day. You can do the same. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Start small. Change one app to English. Write your to-do list in English. Search in English. Even your music and videos can be in English. Suddenly, your phone is not a distraction. It is a tool. It is your teacher that never sleeps. The best part is this. Your phone speaks your language without a classroom. It gives you practice in real life. You learn words you actually use. You did not just memorize random vocabulary. You learn settings, volume, download, share, because you use them every day. And those are the words that stay. I want you to imagine your day. You wake up, you unlock your phone, and the first words you see are in English. You send a message, and you write it in English. You set an alarm, and the word alarm is yours forever. This is how vocabulary grows fast, not only by studying books, but by living with words every single day. Your phone can waste your time, or it can change your life. The choice is yours. If you use it wisely, it will become the best English teacher you ever had. And the best part? You already carry in your hand. You already own it. Now, make it work for you. Remember this truth. You do not need expensive tools to learn English. You only need the tools you already have, and the courage to use them differently. Your phone is not your enemy. Your phone is your teacher. Let it guide you. Let it correct you. Let it fill your life with new words. And one day, you will look back and say, yes, my phone made me fluent. Chapter 8. Learn words that fit your life. One of the most powerful lessons I learned was this. Do not waste time learning every word in the dictionary. Learn the words that fit your life. Learn the words that you need every day. Learn the words that describe your world, your work, your family, your dreams. Those are the words that will stay with you. Those are the words that will change your English forever. In the beginning, I tried to learn everything. I studied words that I never used. Words about machines I had never seen. Words about science I never talked about. After a few weeks, I forgot them all. My brain let them go because I never needed them. But when I learned words from my real life, something different happened. They stayed. They became natural. They became part of me. I remember when I first started cooking. I loved trying new recipes. So I learned words like salt, boil, stir, and taste. These words were simple, but they were mine. Every day in the kitchen, I repeated them. Add salt, boil water, stir the soup. And because I used them daily, they never left me. I realized then that my English would grow fastest if I focused on what I loved. Think about your life right now. Maybe you're a student. Learn words like exam, study, homework. Maybe you work in an office. Learn words like meeting, email, deadline. Maybe you love sports. Learn words like team, score, practice. These words are not just vocabulary. They are your personal tools. They help you live in English. They help you express the life you already have. The truth is this. You will not use every English word in the world, Even native speakers do not know every word, but they know the words they need for their life. And you can do the same. Your goal is not to be perfect. Your goal is to be real, to speak the words that matter to you, to use the language that describes your story. I want you to try this today. Take a notebook and write 5 words from your daily life. Look around your room. Look at your routine. Write words that you see, touch, and use. Then make sentences with them. Use them when you speak to yourself. Use them when you write a note. Repeat them every day. Soon, they will become your English voice. When you focus on your life, learning becomes easier. You do not feel lost. You do not feel heavy. You feel light, because the words connect to your heart. They connect to your reality. And that connection makes memory strong. That connection makes English feel like a friend, not like a subject. So remember this. Your vocabulary does not need to be huge to be powerful. It only needs to be useful. It only needs to fit your life. Start small. Start personal. And watch how quickly your English grows. Every word you learn today is an investment in tomorrow. Every word you use daily is a seed that grows into confidence. Choose the right seeds. Choose the words that belong to your life. And soon, you will see your English world grow strong and beautiful. Chapter 9. Talk to yourself with new words. One of the most powerful ways I improved my English vocabulary was by talking to myself. It may sound strange at first, but it is the fastest way to practice new words. When you talk to yourself, there is no fear. There is no one to judge you. There is no one to laugh at your mistakes. It is only you, your voice, and your words. And in that safe space, your English grows faster than you could imagine. I still remember the first time I tried it. I had just learned the word mirror. I stood in front of my mirror and said, "This is my mirror." Then I looked at myself and said, "I see myself in the mirror." At first it felt funny. I even laughed at myself. But the more I spoke, the more comfortable I became. The word was no longer just in my notebook. It was alive in my mouth. It was real. I never forgot it again. Talking to yourself is like building a small English world around you. You can practice anytime. In the morning say, "I wake up. I wash my face. I drink water." In the kitchen say, "I make tea. I cut bread. I eat breakfast." At night say, "I feel tired. I read a book. I go to sleep." These are not just sentences. These are your sentences. They're your life in English. And when you speak them, you connect new words to real actions. That is why they stay in your memory. The more I practiced this, the more my confidence grew. I no longer waited for a teacher. I no longer waited for a friend. I created my own practice every day. And slowly, my brain started to think in English. I did not need to translate word by word. I just spoke. It felt natural. It felt free. I want you to imagine something. You learn one new word today like happy. Instead of writing it once and forgetting it, you talk to yourself. You say, "I am happy today." You say, "My friend looks happy." You say, "This song makes me happy." By the end of the day, the word is yours. Tomorrow, you add another word. Day by day, your vocabulary grows. And all of it comes from your own practice. Do not be afraid to sound silly. You are not silly. You are smart. Talking to yourself is not weakness. It is strength. It shows that you are ready to learn. It shows that you are brave enough to practice alone. And the best part is this. When you practice with yourself, you prepare for real conversations. When someone asks you a question, the words come quickly because you already said them before. This is how I turn my silence into speech. This is how I build my English voice. Not in a classroom, not in a big exam, but in small moments, talking to myself every day. And you can do the same. Remember this truth. You are your best teacher. Your voice is your best tool. Do not wait for the perfect partner. Start today. Talk to yourself with new words. Fill your day with English sentences. And soon, you will be surprised. You will not only know more words, you will feel them, you will use them, and they will become part of you forever. Chapter 10. Mistakes make words stick. When I first started learning English, I was afraid of mistakes. Every time I tried to speak, I worried. What if I say it wrong? What if people laugh? What if they do not understand me? That fear kept me silent. But then, something amazing happened. I made mistakes, and instead of breaking me, they taught me. They made the words stick in my memory. I realized mistakes are not my enemy. Mistakes are my teachers. I still remember one funny moment. I wanted to say, I am hungry, but I said, I am angry. My friend laughed, and I felt a little embarrassed. But do you know what? I never forgot the difference after that day. The mistake burned the words into my memory. Hungry and angry became clear forever. That mistake gave me a lesson no book could give. This is the power of mistakes. When you use a word wrong, your brain wakes up. It feels the error. It feels the emotion. And because of that feeling, the memory becomes strong. That word stays with you. You may feel shy for 1 minute, but the learning lasts a lifetime. Think about a child. A child does not fear mistakes. A child says words in funny ways. A child mixes sounds and grammar. But every mistake is practice. Every mistake is progress. And slowly, the child learns. We must be like children again, brave enough to make mistakes, brave enough to grow from them. I wanted to ask yourself now, how many times did you stay silent because you were afraid of being wrong? How many words did you lose because you never tried? Do not let fear steal your progress. Speak anyway. Use the new word. If it comes out wrong, smile and try again. That is how fluency is built. Not by perfection, but by courage. One day I said I go school instead of I go to school. My teacher corrected me. For a moment, I felt small, but then I realized something. I never forgot to after that. That small mistake made the sentence clear forever. If I had stayed quiet, I would not have learned. Speaking wrong gave me the chance to speak right. This is what I want you to remember. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. Mistakes show that you are trying. Mistakes are signs that you are alive in English. Every error is a step forward, not backward. Do not run away from them. Run toward them. Because the more mistakes you make, the more words you will own. So the next time you use a word and someone corrects you, do not feel sad. Feel grateful. That moment is your gift. That correction is your treasure. It will stay with you, and it will make your English stronger than before. Remember this truth. Perfect English does not grow from silence. Perfect English grows from mistakes. Let your mistakes guide you. Let them teach you. Let them make your words stick forever. And one day, you will see that every mistake you made was not failure, but the path to your fluency. Chapter 11. Build small habits that grow. When I first started learning English, I wanted fast results. I wanted to wake up one morning and speak fluently. But very soon, I learned the truth. Fluency is not a gift you receive in one night. Fluency is the result of small habits, repeated every day. Small habits may look weak at first, but when you keep them alive, they grow into great power. I remember when I made my first English habit. It was very small. I promised myself to learn just one new word every day. Only one. At first, it felt silly. How can one word change my English? But I kept going. Day after day, I added one more word. After a week, I had 7 new words. After a month, I had 30. After a year, I had more than 300. Suddenly, I could speak more. Suddenly, my vocabulary was bigger. That tiny habit had grown into a big result. This is the secret of habits. They're like seeds. When you plant one seed, it looks small, but if you water it every day, it becomes a tree. Your English is the same. A small habit of 5 minutes daily can change your future. A small step, repeated many times, creates a big journey. You do not need to do everything today. You only need to start and keep going. Think about brushing your teeth. You do it every day, and because of that, your teeth stay healthy. You do not brush for 2 hours once a week. You brush for 2 minutes every day. That is enough. That is the power of habit. Your brain works the same way. If you study English for 5 minutes daily, it will remember more than if you study for 5 hours once and then stop. Small is strong when it is consistent. I want you to try this now. Choose one small habit for your English. It could be reading 1 page every night. It could be writing 1 sentence in your diary. It could be listening to 5 minutes of English audio in the morning. Do not choose something too big. Choose something so small that you cannot fail. Then repeat it every day. Slowly, it will grow into a natural part of your life. The best part is this. Small habits give you confidence. You no longer feel heavy. You no longer feel pressure. You feel light because you know you can do it. Each day you succeed, you feel proud. That pride gives you energy for the next day. And soon, English is not something you study. English is something you live. I want you to imagine yourself 6 months from now. Every day, you built one small habit. Every day you took one small step. Where will you be? You'll be stronger, more confident, and more fluent. That future is waiting for you. All it asks is one small habit today. Remember this truth. Success in English does not come from big promises. It comes from small habits. Build them, protect them, repeat them, and watch how they grow into the fluent, confident English you have always dreamed of. Chapter 12. Vocabulary is confidence. When I look back at my English journey, I see one truth very clearly. Vocabulary is not just about words. Vocabulary is about confidence. Every new word you learn is not just a tool for speaking. It is also a light inside you. It gives you the power to open your mouth without fear. It gives you the courage to share your thoughts with the world. I remember the time when I had very few words. I always stayed quiet. In school, I wanted to speak, but I did not. With friends, I wanted to share my ideas, but I could not. My silence was not because I had no thoughts. My silence was because I had no words. That silence made me feel small. That silence made me feel weak. But everything changed when I started building my vocabulary. Each new word felt like a small victory. Each sentence I could say felt like a step forward. I still remember the day I first used the word confident. I said to myself, I feel confident today. It was simple, but it was powerful. In that moment, I understood that vocabulary gives life to your feelings. It gives a voice to your heart. The more words I learned, the more confident I became. I no longer feared speaking. I no longer feared mistakes. I could say what I wanted. And even if it was not perfect, I felt strong. Because now, I had the tools. Now, I had the power. And this is what I want for you. Confidence is not magic. It is not something you wait for. It is something you build. And you build it with words. Imagine walking into a room and knowing the words to introduce yourself. Imagine meeting someone new and having the words to ask questions. Imagine sitting in an interview and using the right words to show your skills. All of that confidence begins with vocabulary. Do not think you need big or difficult words. You do not need to impress people with rare terms. What you need are simple, clear, useful words. Words you can use every day. Words that describe your life. Words that help you connect. These words will make you strong. These words will give you confidence. I want you to try this right now. Think of one word that makes you feel good. Maybe it is strong. Maybe it is hope. Maybe it is happy. Say it out loud. Say it in a sentence. I am strong. I have hope. I feel happy. Do you feel it? That is not just vocabulary. That is confidence growing inside you. This is the truth. Vocabulary and confidence walk together. The more words you collect, the more doors you can open. The more words you use, the louder your voice becomes. And with every word, your fear becomes smaller. Your courage becomes bigger. So do not stop. Keep learning. Keep using. Keep growing. Because every word you own is a step toward the confident speaker you want to be. And one day, you will look back and say, yes, I built my English. Yes, I built my confidence. And now I can speak to anyone, anywhere,